Hello Uplanders, I'm YK2012 and I'm going to explain to you everything you need to know about vanilla collection reveal process. Now, the first thing that you're going to want to note is that there is a very important disclaimer here on Upland's website regarding collection reveals. We are getting ready for the reveal of the collections in the Bronx neighborhood, and there is something here that is extremely important that is written in italics, but this should be written in red, in bold, and it's really important to understand. They're saying, as a precaution, make sure to double check your marketplace properties before the announcement to ensure that you don't sell them below collection modified values. So this is really important, and I'm going to explain exactly what this means in this video. But first I'm going to explain a number of things that are important prior to explaining that. The first of which is being, what is a vanilla release? A vanilla release is a city release in Upland where the collections are not known to the public. There are certain cities that they release where ahead of time they tell you where the collections will be, what neighborhoods, what streets, and everything you need to know so you can have a clear strategy on where to go mint if you are collecting collection properties. In a vanilla release, they don't tell you this information. So it's on the players to do some research and try and guess where these collections will be, and it makes, in my opinion, the release a lot more interesting, a lot more exciting, and it requires a lot more strategy because you may not want to put all your eggs in one basket, or you might if you're completely sure that one neighborhood will definitely be a collection property. So vanilla releases, the public doesn't know, but the collections are decided beforehand and they're minted on the blockchain. It's just that it's not public yet. So what will typically happen is Upland will have the city release, and approximately 1 week after the release of the city, they will go ahead and announce that these collections will be revealed. The 3 steps of the collection revealing process are as follows. The first one being that any unminted collection property, FSA and non-FSA alike, will be locked, meaning that no player will be able to purchase it. This is done temporarily in order for them to adjust the prices, which is the second stage. And then the third stage is that the unminted collection properties will be unlocked. Anyone will be able to mint them at the readjusted mint price. What exactly is meant by readjusting the collection property prices? Now, this is what I'm going to explain with the help of the Upland Guide website. I'm on the collections page, and it explains here how the pricing of collection properties are done. During standard releases, there's no readjustment of the prices. The mint prices are what the mint prices are, and these multipliers are already taken into consideration during those standard releases. In vanilla releases, all of the properties are released with a multiplier of just 1. So any of these other collections, in a vanilla release, all the properties are released with a multiplier of just 1, which is the base multiplier. So if you are able to mint a ultra rare collection, you are actually getting it at the base price. Once any unminted property is readjusted in its price, it will be multiplied by the collection factor. So if I'm going to own an ultra rare property that I have to mint it at its face value, I'm going to be paying 21 times the base of that neighborhood. Now I'm going to go over here to Upland to explain exactly what that means. Here we can take a look at this street, South New England Avenue, and we can see that the majority of these properties are pretty much the same size. This is one that I own, that I minted at 6,240 UPX. And here's a non-minted FSA property, which costs 6,720 UPX. During a new vanilla release of a city, let's say I minted this property and this one are part of ultra rare collections, then I still minted it at this price, and you can see here that these are my monthly earnings. If it's part of an ultra rare collection, then it will have specific boosted earnings, which are a multiplier, a factor of the monthly earnings. Now, when the new price gets readjusted, the first stage is they're going to lock the properties. So this property is not going to be available to be purchased. And in the second stage, they're going to readjust this mint price. So they're going to take the 6,720 and multiply that by 21, which is the ultra rare collection multiplier. So the new mint price of this property after the collection reveal will be 141,000 UPX. And the monthly earnings will also change accordingly, so it will be 21 times 96 UPX a month. And the boosted earnings will also be a multiplier of that. So why is it important to double check your prices and maybe even delist this property if you have it listed for sale? Now, if you're listing this for sale not knowing that it's an ultra rare collection property, by the way, historically ultra rare collection properties can be sold for over 1 million UPX in many cases. So if you just think that this is a random property, you probably don't have it listed for that much. Now, the moment that the unminted collection properties are frozen, people are going to be taking a look and seeing why this might be frozen. They might guess that maybe this entire street might be a rare collection, or maybe there's something unique about this address that makes it an ultra rare collection, and they might be willing to buy anything on this street at whatever price it might be, in the hopes that it might be an ultra rare collection or a rare collection. Then the value of these properties will be much, much higher. When Upland says double check your marketplace properties before the announcement to ensure you don't sell them below collection modified values, it essentially, they're saying that make sure that when this property is readjusted to a mint price of 141,000 UPX, that you don't have a similar collection property that is going to be for sale for less than that, or maybe even much less than that. What I suggest is to remove all your properties from listings prior to the collection reveal. And after you have time to take a look at what you had minted previously, and if they're parts of any special collections, to relist them. That way you don't end up selling for a price that you weren't aware of, knowing that you maybe held a very, very valuable property in that city, and you may have let it slip away. If this video helped you, please give it a like, subscribe to our channel. In the description below there are a number of links to other pages in the Upland Guide that can give you more information about these topics. And thanks for listening.